Hello and welcome back to our channel, The Light Renegades. If you're new to this platform or maybe just new to one of my series, my name is Anna Maria and I am a Pleiadian. I am a Light Renegade, currently channeling messages meant for the collective. So along with my star sister, Star, who you may have seen in some of the other series, we bring forward messages of support and guidance at crucial times in this stretch that is probably one of Earth's most critical in terms of the work being done both behind the scenes and at the forefront. We, if you hadn't already guessed, are at the forefront. So the strides that we make in our personal spaces are of such paramount importance that I don't think we can really grasp, or that I don't think we can actually grasp right now, or at least I can't. The message that I pre-channeled for today is something that's been uh, coming into my personal spaces. The teams have been giving me this information for the last few months, and it feels like there was a bit of a shift for me at the very end of January, beginning of February, where I was really, yeah, I had to make some decisions about my life and the direction it was taking. I I feel like this message sounds a bit harsh. I took it a little bit harshly when it came through to me, but I'm hoping that it's felt and received with the love, the love that it is, that it's been brought forward with. There's never any judgment from teams or families of light. They want to give us the tools that we need and point out the things that maybe we are sweeping under the rug for the most part. Um, yeah, but this is one of those messages that I think can come off as a little bit hard hitting. So I hope it's not received as such. But I will go ahead, pull it up, and we can look at it together. Good day to each of you. We are the Pleiadian High Council, a collective of beings unified with a purpose to support not only the Pleiadian collective itself, but the interests of all beings, whether they are near or far, Pleiadian or otherwise, of Earth or just visiting. Today's message is specifically directed towards all lightworkers who are in the process of coming into your remembrance. We observe a common pattern among many of you, and this is the inclination towards waiting. From the moment you open your eyes to there being more than what you've previously believed to be true, to the point where you start to become an active participant, a key player. So many of you wait for something significant to happen, perhaps for a grand revelation to fall into your laps, or for someone to provide you concrete instructions on where to go, what to do, and how to move forward. You seek blueprints and manuals and outlines for your purpose, almost yearning for orders to engage and directions for your journey. You wait permission to make changes in your life, to be assured that you're allowed to be different. However, expansion doesn't work that way. It isn't usually part of your plans for you to it is it is usually part of your plans for you to choose for yourselves. Typically, the Pleiadian High Council and groups like us refrain from issuing directives or telling you what to do. Instead, we offer gentle nudges, ask thought-provoking questions, and provide insights to aid your journey. But it is not our place to dictate your path, for there is no wrong way forward. Your higher self is experiencing a number of paths at this very moment, so regardless of how this version of you chooses, it is an experience to be had. But you are ready for more. You just get to decide if you would like to take it on. We make suggestions, extend invitations, offer upgrades and activations, and plant seeds of thought that necessitate the receiver to take steps to nurture the seed from ideation to action. We take pleasure in guiding you towards individuals and events destined for your support, such as leading you to this channel and others like it, and finding ways to encourage you to connect with yourself, to love yourself, and to truly see yourself. This is integral to your expansion, the most challenging aspect, and one that many avoid. We know that it's become easier to turn to distraction, even wholesome distraction, than to do the inner work. Here we ask, are you carving out time to sit and meditate? It's becoming increasingly more important that you do so as you prepare to take steps to keep taking steps forward with the shifting changes. Those of you here watching at this point in your journey are at a level of expanse that are ripe for further growth. And this growth comes by tending to your garden first, before looking to the gardens of others. To spend time with self in healing, in inner work, in true self-care, in carrying out intentions to better understand the thoughts and behaviors that are no longer in alignment, intentions to bring more awareness to more of the thousands of thoughts and actions carried out each day on autopilot. This isn't new information to most of you. It's what so many of you know but turn away from to one degree or another, for one reason or another. Maybe it's too painful to bring conscious awareness to your day because you know it's not in alignment and feel unprepared to make changes. Maybe it's too painful to sit with self and observe the thought patterns you normally distract yourselves from. You have been programmed so far away from what feels good at a soul's level that the closest thing that feels like peace is distraction. And so here we ask a second question. What distractions do you rely on to get you through your day? The pull towards distraction is a more complex topic, which we will further be dissecting in messages shared in the Polarity Paradox series. But now we invite you to jot down just a few of the things that pull at your attention and time, to bring a conscious level of awareness to them, so that you're under no illusions of where your time goes. And here we say, make note of the time you spend watching and absorbing growth materials and content as well. That is not to say that watching videos such as these can't have a positive impact, but only if there is follow-through, not if they're watched, one after another, absorbed at only a surface level, collected but not used. Don't let any content, including that such as ours, act as a distraction from inner work. We hope you will take time to put face to the behaviors, not with judgment, but as a way to identify them and not allow them to continue on autopilot. If you're doing it, to be aware that you are doing it. This message is not for everyone, but you will know if it is something that resonates with you. Spending time in the often uncomfortable space of sitting with self is an integral part of the ascension process. It won't look the same for everyone, so we're here to say let your intuition guide you. Some of you may feel intuitively a call to sit quietly and observe your breath, body, and or mind for an hour. And then later to work at understanding what thoughts are coming up, what they're associated to, and what programming and old patterns could use some extra care to understand and begin to adapt. Others of you may find yourselves pulled to guided meditations, healing sound frequencies to start, or to those who facilitate and support you further in taking ownership of your healing, inner work, connection to self, source, with the starting focus on any or all of the above. This is the part that so many of you find overwhelming: where to start, how to start. There is also the matter of ego getting in the way. After all the time you've been in these spaces and the work you have put in, it's hard to go back to any sort of foundational activity or practice. But as we've said before, there is no such thing as square one. You may feel guided to go back to what feels like the beginning, but we promise you that every time you revisit the space after a cycle of growth, you are able to go deeper and approach things from a much stronger position. If you're unsure of where to go from here, we suggest setting aside just 5 minutes at the start of the day. 5 minutes of uninterrupted communication with your essence, devoid of distraction. Any daily practice, no matter how small, holds immense benefits. Begin by letting those 5 minutes act as a window into deeper self-awareness. Start small and build from there. The answers are within you. You're simply giving them a platform here to present themselves. If you're waiting for permission from someone to move forward, know that you are here because you have what it takes. And you are here because you are ready for the impact of a consistent practice and the impact it'll have on every other aspect of your life. Tune in and start listening. Watch the opportunities that start to present themselves. And give yourself permission, signed with love, to take a more active role in your own expansion. We love you and we leave you here. Until next time. All right, so that's the message. Yeah, like I said, it's been coming up more and more for me that this need to kind of go back to the basics. Um, and I'll admit, I did have a little bit of a pang of ego, like, how am I back here, back to the very start, you know? And I think the idea is that it's an ongoing, it's ongoing, you know, we never get past the point where we can catch something else that's going through our minds, or that we can succumb to distraction. I myself dive into research. That's one of my distraction mechanisms, I guess. If I'm interested in something and I want to avoid, you know, just sitting and doing the inner work, I may go on yeah, go down a rabbit hole, where I'll let, you know, one thing lead to another, and 2 hours have gone by and I'm just doing research, but I'm not actually sitting with what I need to. It's almost, and there are days where it's harder than others. And I'm sure you guys have noticed this as well. There'll be a day where it's like pulling teeth, just sitting down in front of a notebook. Yeah, using the tools that are in our toolbox are easier on some days and harder on others. So I think part of this is just reminding us that it needs to be part of a daily practice, starting small and building from there, as the teams said. So I guess that's it for today. I hope this message was well received. If you have any questions, you can contact the Light Renegades, or post it in the chat if you think others would benefit from hearing the answer, and we'll be happy to answer. All right, bye from me.